If you want to change your situation, you can't see your situation and it can no longer be your situation. That means when you come to talk to people, we're not talking about our situation. We're at home, we're in our car, we're in our spaces talking to our situation. That's if you want it to change and if you want it to be where you're in a place of empowerment. We spend too much time on the phone talking to our friends about our situations. You would actually have less friends or no friends if you spent more time talking to the situation because most of the time your friends don't really want to hear your good news. That's just the truth. They like to hear that you're in pain, that your relationship is going through something because it makes them feel better in a way. Whole other video. And they don't want to really see you. It's like let's gather together in the gutter. That crab mentality. They don't want to see you manifest things because then that means they should be doing the same thing or they may not feel adequate enough to do the same thing. So spend more time talking to your situation versus talking about your situation. Let me give you an example of what you may be doing. You're saying, you're writing, you're speaking, you're visualizing, you're feeling, but you're also talking about the situation at the same time. You wake up in the morning and the first thought you have is, okay, I got to go to this job. I know this is not where I want to be, but I call in the job that pays me this much. I did it. You're calling in both programs at the same time. I'm saying when you wake up in the morning, you're straight delusional. Even when it comes to finances, you wake up and you say, okay, I have this $5,000 bill. I need to pay the student loan, and then I got to send this. But then you start speaking your affirmations, and then you start saying the things that you do desire to see. You start picking up my 31-day intention decks, and you start speaking over it. You've just called in both. I'm saying as soon as you wake up, it feels so good to be financially free. You can't see the situation. It's like it doesn't exist. And if you do that long enough, it will persist, the thing that you truly desire and want. But when we talk about our situation and we call people, you're just further embedding the situation to your life and it's not changing. But you're also doing what I'm saying at the same time. So that's why you may feel like it's not working or it's moving too slow. Or sometimes I see that it is working and then sometimes then here comes another bill. Wake up every single morning delusional. You don't see it, it doesn't exist. Even if you do have to go to that job or that place, why are we thinking about that while we're getting dressed? Why are we thinking about that when we're getting the kids ready for school? Be present, be in the moment. That doesn't exist. And then eventually, yes, you'll get in the car and you drive there, but while you're there, it still don't exist. It don't exist until you swipe or you clock in and then you do what you have to do. To be honest, you will probably start spending more time with yourself because I don't have a reason to call you now and vent. I don't have a reason to call my cousin and tell her about how bad it's getting between me and him or me and her. I don't have anybody to talk to because I'm not talking to people about my situation anymore. I'm talking to my situation. So you're going to spend more time speaking to yourself and talking with yourself. You may have to get used to being alone more and in solitude and being fulfilled in that versus having a friend just to vent to and talk about your situation, which will not change. Because you keep giving it power instead of empowering yourself to talk to your situation. And if you do decide to call someone and talk to them, you're talking to them about your new situation, your new reality, the delusional one. And sometimes they may not like that, they may not enjoy that. And I've experienced that before with friends that I'm trying to tell them about my good news and I'm like, oh, okay, well, how are you gonna do that? Well, I guess, well, I'm happy for it. And they're really not. And sometimes it's personal, sometimes it's not. They just are not confident enough or feel like they have the ability to do the same thing and they feel helpless. They feel like they can't change their situation. But I'm choosing a different experience. So when I do talk to someone about it, I'm speaking to them in the present. I'm speaking to them in a way that I want to see my situation change. So if you want to change it, you cannot see it, and it can no longer be your situation. Oh, I'm dealing with my allergies, and I'm choosing a different experience. These allergies are released from my body. The source of them, whatever is causing them, whatever you have to say, right? Use my 31-day intention decks. So no more gathering in the gutter with everybody. Everybody wants to be down there low and in misery together. We're not doing that anymore. Instead of waking up in the morning to prepare yourself to deal with these spirits on this job, I got to get ready to do. They don't exist. And that way you can spend that energy just visualizing and feeling and writing and speaking your affirmations and your intentions. Wouldn't you rather, isn't that a better feeling? That just feels good, just me saying that versus, okay, I gotta get ready to deal with her because she always running her mouth. Okay, I'm preparing myself. I'm getting myself ready. I understand, especially religious people, we got to get ready for war and we got to put on the armor. I get that. My armor is visualizing, speaking, feeling. I'm protected just by doing those things. You can't come in here with all of that. Y'all don't exist to me. Those spirits do not exist. And I don't care if you say the devil is real, they don't exist to me. And if it doesn't exist to me, it doesn't affect me. It doesn't impact me because I don't give it any power, any attention. And you know this is true because when you have negative people coming against you on social media, you have bullies, when you ignore, you don't give it any fuel, you don't give it any power. They're going to move on and go mess with somebody else. The only thing that exists in my life is the thing that I truly desire. Nothing else matters. Nothing else exists to me. My true reality, that is the only thing that exists, and that is the only thing that I persist in. So that's why I don't talk to a lot of people in my personal life, and I don't have to have a bunch of girlfriends to vent to. Because some of us, you really don't have friends, you have venting partners. That's what I got. It's a gathering of the gutter. We're all down here in the sunken place, and we all feel better because we're all down here together. I choose a different experience, even if I have to do it alone. And on that note, I'm going to be reading the intention for August 20th for my 31-day intention cards on my other channel. And that channel, that's all I do over there is my decks, and I explain them and we go through them together. So head on over there. It is called Intuitive Intentions.